I truly don't know what to think of 2025 in terms of my goals and aspirations. And to be honest, I also do not know what to think of the year that passed by. 2024 was kind of a weird year for me, and it came with its own set of challenges and struggles. I was able to make the best of what I can, but I learned so many things in the process that somewhere down the line, I do feel I failed 2024 in a way, and I should have been more careful with my energy and my goals, what I wanted to do the whole year round. I think I did not think it through. I did not want to feel like a failure and wanted to do everything all at once. And what happened with that was I found myself burning out by the end of the year. And this year, I'm just going in thinking what is the most important things in my life that I want to achieve, and only then I will have any goal in writing about how I want to take it forward and what experiences I want to live as a recent return. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Pooja. I'm making this video on the second Sunday of January, and I don't know how quickly the time is passing. Already we are midway January, and I am sure a lot of other fellow creators, a lot of social media posts telling you that you need to have a set plan for this year. This is also the time when we feel like a failure about the year that has passed, and we set aside new goals with renewed energy and with renewed enthusiasm, and we go head first to them. And that's not my approach this year. Let me tell you why. As I'm sitting down today, I just wanted to talk about my struggles and my experiences, my honest thoughts about 2024, my hopes and aspirations, dreams, and the very hard lessons that I am taking into 2025. And I also thought this is a good time to reintroduce myself. I know you guys already know me through Bookstagram, through my Instagram, through this channel. I have another book related channel that I am trying to bring up, and I am out there in the wild. If you have been following me for a very, very long time, I feel a lot is always happening with me, and I owe it to you to talk about the recent changes that have happened in my life and how I am maneuvering them, how well I am doing, and the new people joining in on this journey. I would like to take this moment to talk a little bit about myself and how I landed here in the first place. With that said, I just want to dive straight into it without further ado. As I already mentioned, 2024 was kind of a weird year to me. This was the first year of my marriage. I got married to my partner of 10 years in November of 2023, and this is also my first year of working in the US. I started a new job this year, at the starting of this year, almost at the end of the year. And as these very two changes in my life were about to daunt me, were about to be faced by me, I found myself trying to carefully maneuver these very big changes. But I think I underestimated the kind of effort it takes to handle any big change in your life. These are very two big changes that I underestimated, as I always do. I always think I am a strong woman. I will be able to take care of everything that comes my way, which looks good on paper. But I was also taking care of a lot of things that should not be important in my life. And I do not claim to be a superwoman who can take care of all and everything that comes my way. I was hesitant to accept it before, but now I do. And I feel with that knowledge and with that boundary, I'm going to just be able to focus on the things that I want to do. So, starting off, I started a new job, and with any new job, you are making new friends, new connections with your coworker, trying to learn the new tech stack, trying to learn the new processes in any new place. And I am an anxious person. I can also be a little bit vulnerable in certain areas, especially when it comes to jobs, because I have changed a lot of them. And I always have a fear at the back of my mind, thinking that I will not be really good at my job. It's not even an imposter syndrome at this point. I just have found myself in situations that are beyond my control. And with that, I had to quit my job a few times, more specifically, my mental health. So, whenever I am working on something or trying to understand work relationship, I find it a lot hard to relate and understand. But this time around, I tried to pour in a lot of my energy, and with that, I was also a lot anxious when there were a lot of changes happening with me. 1 year down the line, I found myself fairly confident in understanding the work relationships, what is expected of me, and how much energy I should be pouring in to create some work boundaries so that I also enjoy some work life balance. All of these problems were very challenging to solve, coupled with a sense of self worth that always puts me down and always tells me you are not doing enough. So I was doing a lot of work and I was burning myself out. Now, I am not going to do that in 2025. That is on the work front. On the personal front, on the marriage front, I absolutely love my partner and I was as excited as any other person on the planet to get married to the love of their life. But I did not anticipate that there are going to be a lot of changes in our lives. It was always just the two of us trying to understand each other and find solutions to problems that both of us face. Now you add another vertical to your life, that is families. And with so many heads, there are always going to be some friction. Also, this is the first year of marriage. There's also going to be a lot of settling down in the processes, and what are our expectations from each other when it comes to being there for each other's families. It took us a lot of time to just not be on each other's head, to get some things done, to just not think that we should just be living as partners and just not be catering to everyone's needs. But when it comes any new thing in your life, you have to take the bad parts as you take the good parts, and then you have to slowly settle into a new process. I think the mind also works in a way where it tells you that this is what it is supposed to be like. And as you grow in life, as things are changing, of course things are not going to be like they used to before. So that kind of inertia, that kind of comfort zone that you have mentally is completely stripped off when you are entering into a new thing. And to be honest with you, I underestimated the kind of changes that's going to happen externally and internally. More specifically, I am a woman, and this is something that always runs at the back of my mind, is what is my position in this society. I come from a culture also that is conservative in some regard, and it also tries to, sometimes curb the autonomy of women. I find myself being in a good position. I am not saying that I am the victim of anything, or I found myself in situations that were not okay. But having said that, I have this internal dilemma, internal dialogue with myself all the time, that what is going to be my position in the society. And I think I was being very extreme and naive in some things, because it is a big change to undertake. When you think of anything in just one direction, in just leaning towards the extreme, you're always going to find yourself being short of energy and patience in the process that you are trying to solidify. And that is the thing that happened with me. I was just leaning on everything from an extreme point of view. I have also had some traumatic years in the past, and there has been a lot of changes in my family after my dad passing away. So all of these changes were a lot to take mentally, and I'll be honest with you, I leaned more towards negative aspects sometimes. This is something that I don't want to do in 2025. I don't want to be an insecure person. I don't want to be a overly negative person. I know I have had a lot of traumatic experiences, but I also believe in this journey of life, how you react to these situations is how your life is going to turn out. And I don't want my life to turn out negative. I don't want to turn out to be a bitter person. And whatever has happened, I think it is between me and my partner at the end of the day, how we discuss our problems, our struggles, and how we try to live with each other with a lot of love, a lot of warmth, and just a trust that is going to be unwavered in the face of struggle or the realities of life. And it has been an experience. I don't know why no one told me that the first year of marriage is always the most difficult one, because both of you are going through a lot of changes and you are set in your ways around your family. I am also set in a particular way around my family. And when that belief is shaking, when you have to reform something, as a human, you're always going to resist. Time will heal everything. I hope the coming year is going to be glorious for the both of us. And I really do enjoy, look forward to a lot of good memories to make with my partner. That is something that took the majority of my year. But I am also going to talk about the content creation pillar that I just one day decided I'm going to do. I am the kind of person who can be workaholic in some ways, and I was trying to understand why am I so used to working so much. I burned myself out. I think I have made that clear. But in the mid of this year, I really wanted to bring up my YouTube channel. And I also decided that I'm also going to invest my time into another channel that is particularly going to be for books. It was a good decision in hindsight, and I absolutely love talking about books. This was something that was missing from my Instagram page for a long time, and I don't particularly find myself levitating more towards Bookstagram anymore. I also want to monetize my channel. I want to earn some kind of money in the 5 years of content creation that I have been in. I've only been able to bag a few brand deals, and no matter how hard I try in the limited time that I haven't been able to crack the code. This is something that is very disappointing to me, and it feels like a failure. I also have a sense of low self worth, and now I understand that I try to work a lot to overcome compensate that. No matter how much I work, I feel like I am not doing enough. And whenever I do feel like that, I just go for things that do not actually matter in the process. I will try to take care of everything on my own, and I will wait for burnout to come in an attempt to just feel shitty again, which is something that is never going to help me. And I did it with content creation as well. In 2024, I was very particular about my Instagram page as well. I was trying to grow it and I was trying to do a lot of things with it. I actually feel like a failure because my net following is in negative now, and I don't know how to crack Instagram anymore. I don't know how the algorithm keeps changing all the time, and it was so bad for my mental health. But I still tried. I did a lot of things. I was trying to bring up 2 YouTube channels. I invested a bit in gear. I was trying to learn everything on my own as well. I would spend all my evenings and night editing and trying to learn. I had a new series and I was just trying to do my best, to be honest with you. Even then, sometimes, even though you work so hard, sometimes things are not aligning for you. Sometimes you're not at the right place at the right time. And sometimes it's just factors you cannot control, you can't put energy into. And that is when you quit, you move away from it. And that's what I'm going to do in 2025. I feel this is the right time to reintroduce myself and introduce myself. You know my name, I'm Pooja. I am a recently turned 30-year-old software engineer. I have been working as a software engineer for almost a decade now, and I have moved countries because my job took me a lot of places, and I have been extremely grateful in that journey. Now, this is not a LinkedIn profile, this is not my resume. I like to think of my life other than the work and the achievements that I have done. And of course, it should be the case for everyone. You should have a mission, you should look at the stars and try to achieve all what you deserve. The sky is the limit. But when doing so, when you are doing that, always make sure you know what you are giving up in return, because there is no free lunch in this world. And you should always look at the little things that are going to make your life ever so grateful, ever so wonderful. I have also had my struggles with mental health all through the last decade. And I always wanted to work because financial freedom is important for me. I come from a very middle class family. I have seen a lot of financial struggles in my family growing up. And I always believe that as a woman in Indian society, it is always very, very important to have control over your money. It takes you places, it gives you confidence, and it helps you make your own decision. I'm not making this up, this has been my experience. And I have made it in some way, I believe, or not. It doesn't matter to me what the definition of making it is anymore. But in the process, I was also going through a lot of mental health struggles. I was diagnosed with anxiety and depression, and I also did therapy for years. It has been a journey. I faced insomnia, loss of appetite, a lot of different things. And now you see me sitting and making this video in front of the camera with a lot of confidence and a lot of calmness in my body, in my mind, in my soul. And it has taken me a long, long, long time to be here. I would also like to add to this life journey because it is an important part of my life that I lost my dad to COVID in 2021. And after that, my life was never the same again. For better or for worse, I found myself actually pouring in all my energy into getting better just for the love of being my dad's daughter, so to say. And every year I spend without him, I just want to do better and better just to make him proud in a way. And that's how I landed here. I don't know how my journey is going to go. I get very anxious sometimes still. I get very vulnerable still, but I have developed such a strong growth mindset and I have been very, very happy with it. I want to show everyone watching this video that it's completely possible to be happy, to find peace, to get over your traumas and your hard life and your struggles, things that are out of your control in one way or another. And even if you cannot, you have some power to feel okay in this world. And it has been my endeavor, it has been my only motivation to keep making these videos. I earn no money from it so far, and I have no ulterior motive, but I get a lot of messages, I get a lot of people joining in on this journey that they relate to me, a lot of little girls, women. I just want to tell you that it's totally possible. Just do not let yourself die internally. Just keep looking for ways to get better. Just keep looking for what you deserve. It is definitely very, very hard. It's not an easy thing. I'm not going to tell you it's going to happen overnight, and there is some secret hack to doing it. It takes a whole lot of being honest with yourself, and it takes a whole lot of physical, mental, financial energy and the support of the people that love you to feel okay again. But it's totally possible, and you owe it to yourself to try. So that is how I am here. And I'm just going to talk about what I am going to do in 2025 and how I am just looking forward to this year. It is not a very high arcing metric or goal. I don't want to put my life into numbers all the time. But having said that, how do I see this coming year, and what are the hard lessons that I'm taking into this year, and what are my hopes from it? What are my dreams? What are my aspirations? How am I approaching them? And what are the things that are going to make me actually happy at the end of it? What do I think of them? First off, let's just talk about the content creation pillar. As I said, I tried a lot of things in 2024. A lot of them did not work. And unfortunately, I'm the kind of person who thinks that letting go of certain things is quit. Slowly but surely, I grieved a few things in my life. I grieved that certain things in life do not serve you anymore and you need to move away from them. And I'm going to make a very strong boundary in 2025 to continue on this path and to not invest any more energy into things that do not serve me. Maybe I'm going to cut back on Instagram a lot more because that platform is not serving me anymore. Maybe I find a break, or I find some things that I still want to speak about, but I'm just going to deprioritize it because I do not have the energy or the time to work on that platform anymore. and I'm going to focus a lot more of my energy on YouTube. This is where I feel I am finding my audience who want to hear me in a long form content style, who knows what I'm talking about, who knows me deeper than just 60-second reels here and there. I feel very lucky that a lot of people still join in on this channel, and my book channel is also picking up a lot, and these are two things that I feel very purposeful in, talking about my mental health struggles and inspiring other people in their journey. It is not for me to fix anyone's life, but I just want to show that it is totally possible to live a life that's simple but very high aiming. And this is going to be my focus this year personally also. And I'm going to read a lot of books, and I'm going to go back to the joy of reading, document it on my other channel, and just focus my energy in things which speak to me, which makes me feel purposeful and speaks the most to my audience. I probably have not been able to find that right balance. This is something that I will look more into this year. And as a side note, I also want to have a small team to help me scale these very many content creation pillars that I'm trying to do all on my own: editing, thinking about the script, planning. I have become a little bit better at it, but I want to apply this philosophy or this principle in my life, that just because you can do everything doesn't mean you have to, doesn't mean you should. So wish me luck. Probably I want to have a good team, a small team that is going to help me bring up this brand. This is a brand that I'm trying to bring up, right? And just not leave me burnt out and bitter, and like all my time is spent in making videos and being in front of a screen. So wish me luck, and please join in on this journey, and we're going to have a lot of fun, more challenging ideas, but in a very soft girl energy kind of a space. And I hope you enjoy it. On the personal front, I want to create clear boundaries specifically for my mental health, because I found myself being completely burnt out at the end of the last year. And this burnout have been in action for the year before that as well, I believe. Because at a point when there were a lot of things that were going wrong in my life, I needed to pour in so much energy to at least be floating. And with that, I got burnt out, and I constantly find myself working on so many different things, and I just want to feel okay again. I just want to feel like I don't need to constantly work to feel okay. And I have been lucky to be reunited with my partner. We were in long distance for like so many years, 2 years before just getting married, and now we are finding our footing finally. And I want to rely back on my friendships. I am making new connections in a new country. Thankfully, I have some friends here from my college already working here. So I want to spend more time being in present. I want to spend more time being present in my friend's life and being a more in person, not just be spending all my weekends editing and thinking about work and just not touching base with my family. These are things that make me human and that make me happy. And for a long time, I was not doing that. I was just going after my goals, what I see on paper, and I kind of lost sense of myself as a human. So on the personal front, I want to do that. I want to spend more time with my partner, spend more time making memories with my friends, calling them. I have some friends in London that I don't call anymore. I have some friends here back in India. I want to reconnect with them. And I also want to be more present in my family's life. I don't know how that will happen because I'm very far away. I feel very anxious a lot of times. But even then, I want to just make an effort. And I also want to travel a lot. I am a big travel buff, and I was kind of sacrificing all my weekends on making sure my content creation part is taken care of, because on a regular weekday I do not get time. Probably with a team in place, with me being able to outsource some parts of this process, I will find more time to do things that I love doing. One of them is travel. And at the start of this year itself, I want to have a clear laid out travel plan, and I'm super excited for it, and I'm super getting back into the game of feeling alive through travel. So one of the goals is going to be travel more and just don't be sitting in the house and talking to a camera all the time. And I also want to refocus my energy into the mental and physical aspect of my life. I have been steadily and consistently getting back to running again, something that I absolutely love doing. For my mental health, I am taking breaks during my running also. I am not creating any very ambitious goals that burn me out. I'm taking everything slowly. And for my mental health, I'm also getting back into being in touch with myself more. I have started journaling again. I write out my thoughts in the morning. And I'm also moving away from a previous narrative of taking care of everything all at once. I just want a lot of slowness in my life. And this means I will need to sacrifice on a lot of my ambitions, and that's okay with me. I just want to focus on things that matter to me the most. That is why I started anything in my life, and I don't know how long I have on this planet, on this earth, but as long as I'm here, I want to make the best of it. I want to take care of my responsibilities, but also be a person with valid hopes and desires and just live my life, right? Not be running from one thing to another and not feel like life is only about survival. So I think I've summarized it well. And on the goals and aspirations front, I am taking a hard lesson that confidence comes from within. Boundaries have to come from yourself, and no matter how tempted you are to go back into the same process, no matter how tempted you are to sabotage your own life like you used to before because you felt that nothing in this life is worth going after, you make your actions speak. You keep your foot down, take care of the things that speaks the most to you. Be confident in your standing, and you don't have to do anything that you do not want to do. Something that I will keep telling myself this year. And I don't want to take care of everything. I just want to take care of me. I want to take care of people close to me, make new memories, maybe make some really good content, quality content, and find myself little less burdened by the end of this year, more accomplished in little things that I want to get accomplished, like reading 100 books this year, to be able to sleep well. I have had a lot of struggles with my sleep ever since I was a little kid, and probably this year I will find out the secret to be able to sleep well. This reminds me I have to take a 10 minutes walk outside, otherwise my sleep will be affected. Sunlight is very important for your sleep. And I just want to establish myself in the personal growth front. I want to eat well, sleep well, read good books, be able to run, take care of my body, be able to take care of my family, meet my friends, travel some more, and sleep very peacefully at night. That's it. That's about it. That's a lot to take in a lifetime. But slowly, as I grow older, I'm going to be 31 this year. I just want to learn how to be myself, how to be slightly selfish, create boundaries, and create something big in the process. So, if you're someone who is joining me today, thank you. Thank you for listening me so far. Thank you for giving me this platform. Happy New Year. I wish you all the good luck this year. I wish all the things that bothered you in 2024 leave you there, and you get a fresh start. Sometimes you need a fresh start, and you make all your dreams and aspirations and your goals and your little life more beautiful. You deserve it. You owe it. And we are all in this together. I will take your leave for today. A whole portion of the day awaits me. I have been up since morning making videos, and now it's time to call it a day. Happy Sunday. Tomorrow is going to be Monday for me, and I hope you kickstart your goals, but also do it in a slow manner. Learn to listen to your heart, learn to listen to what you want, be honest with yourself, and it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. Slowly you will get there. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. That's all for today. I will see you guys next time.